Hello, welcome to Skill Check, the positive gaming podcast from YMC Exeter. My name is Andy,
And my name is Becky.
and I'm very aware that my throat's not where it should
His
be
hair's tickly
this
throat,
week.
tickly throat.
Um,
There were lots of people in our organisation that have got coughs and things recently. It's not fun. There's a lot of coughing going around.
I've not felt right for the last 2 months or
Yeah.
so. So if I talk, this could be a really quick edition.
Could be really quick.
You abandoned me this week, though. I don't want to
I did.
pick on you because
I
of
went to
that.
London. It was fun. I mean, I was there for a very brief amount of time and I got up very early in the morning to get there. But it was fun. Thanks. I went to YMCA England and Wales. I felt really posh. That was, going to somebody went to me, it's like going to the big bosses, and I was like, I don't think they're the big bosses, but that's fine.
It was nice. It was nice
really
time.
good.
It was nice
I had a really good time, and we did some really good training, which I'm now working out in my head how we can make it work with Youth Club, which is really fun.
Fantastic.
So yeah, that was my week. How about you? How was your week?
It was not as exciting as yours.
No.
Did play a bit of Goat Sim 3 on stream,
Ooh.
which was awesome.
I think I saw a picture of that. Was there a goat on the top of a building at one point?
I may have posted a goat on top of the
Yeah.
building on Monday
Okay.
when I tried to stream from here, and it didn't really. Well, I didn't have the controls. It's a
work in progress.
It's a long story in which I don't come out well as part of it. Becky, what is coming up?
Yeah, so we are talking. It's Easter next week.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We're talking about gaming and sleep, which is an interesting one. Yeah. What was they talking about? There's gonna be some mention of chocolate probably at some point because it's Easter next week.
Yes.
And
that's what Easter's all about.
Andy's game of the week, which I'm sure will be a fun one.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe not fun this week. No.
Yeah,
We'll get to it.
We'll get there.
But first we have
Gaming news.
Gaming news. Our first piece of gaming news this week is gaming companies in the UK grew by 22% in 2023, according to a new report from the RSM UK. The market sector grew from 2008 companies to 2,450 companies last year. Layoffs in the market drove creation of new gaming firms. East England saw the most new gaming studios among the UK regions, as it grew by 80%. Richard Heap of the RSM said that while layoffs are often seen as damaging to the industry, they can fuel growth as the individuals may have taken the leap of starting their own company. With more staff reductions made at the beginning of this year, the UK gaming incorporations could be set for another uptick.
I mean, this is kind of unexpected good news, really.
Yeah,
isn't it?
Yeah, I like this because we often cover how bad it's been with the gaming cut-off, the layoffs.
Yeah, and when it's meant to be a positive gaming news.
I liked this because it was good news about what's happening with the layoffs. So
yeah, and it suggests there is that creativity there.
Yeah.
To want to do something different.
Yeah.
Which feels like it could. I should mention, by the way, if there's kind of random noises happening, it's because we've got some building work happening next door. It's all exciting. We might have a grand unveiling in about 2 to 3 weeks.
Are we gonna have a ribbon? Are we gonna have some scissors? I feel like we should have a ribbon.
There might be a ribbon. There might be some scissors. You can find a ribbon and some scissors in this office.
Anyway, gaming companies, the number of gaming companies is rising in the UK, which is really cool.
Yeah, and that's kind of more opportunity to get involved with game development. That's more opportunity to play games from different groups of people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which, it's
and it's like they're saying that some of these people have been thinking about going to make their own game for a while, and actually being laid off has pushed them into that, and it's created more gaming companies. So it's an interesting one because we kind of talk about the negatives of that, but actually this shows that there is actually some positive side to it as well. Like, I know obviously we don't want anyone to lose their jobs.
No.
It's just actually it's nice to know that it doesn't always, it means that actually it's kind of pushed people into creative options in how to operate and stuff.
Yeah, and I really hope that this works out well for the people it impacted. Because this feels like, I mean, I can't imagine how bad it must be, especially at points. But this feels hopeful.
Yeah.
And this feels good. Yeah,
might have some
hoping
new
best for them.
exciting games coming out soon from like UK developers, which will be awesome.
Yeah.
So cool. Our second piece of gaming news this week is Epic Games has discussed the future of Fall Guys following the announcement that its games, assets, animations, and characters are coming to Fortnite UEFN creative mode. Players will be able to make and play their custom Fall Guys levels in Fortnite from May. Epic Games have announced that during its state of Epic Games announced this during its state of Unreal presentation. I'm going to get that right. Lego and Rocket Racing game assets arrived in the UEFN this week. Epic Games Executive Vice President Sax Preston, I don't know, said that the addition of Fall Guys characters and gameplay to Fortnite will benefit players by the nature of it being accessible from within Fortnite, where millions of players already are. They said the original Fall Guy game will still continue on as it is.
So this is a great example of what we talked about ages ago called metaverses.
Yeah.
Where you have like one kind of I guess gateway and like lots of different experiences within that.
Yeah.
So Meta, the owners of Facebook, have kind of almost tried to claim that name of metaverse, but Fortnite is
creating its own metaverse.
Well, Fortnite's another great example of that. In that you can have festivals, you can have like I was going to say festivals, but that's its own kind of. That's another kind of mode. But you've had like concerts and stuff within that ecosystem. So
interesting.
they're just going to keep building it.
I've really not played Fortnite for a long time.
Oh, and I feel like it's that time that I shot you.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I feel like it's completely different from how it was when
it is,
it's like a whole other section to the game where you can add other games in.
I mean, the game that you played is still very much still there.
Yeah.
Maybe we should do that again at some point.
Yeah, I'm sure we can.
Maybe you have, rerun of that clip that we decided not to share and things
we are
like that.
In the process of, we're about to start our older youth club again, and we are in the process of working out how we bring Fortnite into youth club, which is not something we've done up until now.
Information. This is
yeah, well,
it's gonna look out for this.
It's because Fortnite's a 12 rating. We work with young people that are under 12.
Okay.
So we haven't been able to use it until now because, although kind of quite a lot of them go to, but we play at home. It's obviously very different when it's in a public situation. Yeah. So there might be a kid that the parent doesn't want them to play it. So we haven't been able to play it. With the older youth club, because the kids will all be over 12, it becomes a case of actually we can use it in youth club, which I'm sure they got very excited when I told them that we could put it on the Xbox. Ooh. So they got very excited. So at some point I will probably end up digging back into the world of Fortnite because I've got young people that are at the age where they can play it in an environment, in like a public environment basically. So we'll get back into it, I'm sure, at some point.
I'm personally looking forward to hearing about it.
Yeah, you'll hear stories of how, because I think the last time I played it, I just ended up in the water, just swimming around and not really understanding where I was. So I'm sure there'll be lots of stories about me having done that again, or almost immediately just dropping to the ground and then dying, which quite often happened.
It's on the Switch right behind you.
Or hiding in a tree. I think I did that quite a lot when I first started playing.
Mine used to be on the PlayStation.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get back into it, but I'm sure it'd be nice to see if they can show, because I feel like I get a lot of my gaming education from the young people that I work with, and so it'll be nice to see when we get back into it if they can show me what this kind of new side that I have not experienced of Fortnite. I guess it's not really new anymore, but this side of Fortnite that I haven't really experienced, or what it looks like and how it works. That'd be really fun. So.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
And lastly,
our last piece of gaming news. The North American esports final of online shooter Apex Legends had to be postponed following claims of hacking. Clips shared by players show unwanted cheat modes being activated mid-match, sparking panic among opponents. The organisers of the official regional contest said that competitive integrity of the contest had been compromised, but have yet to share further details. Using cheats are forbidden in major esports competitions, and using them can result in a ban. Volunteer group, this is the best name for a volunteer group ever, the Anti-Cheat Police Department, which works to combat cheating in online games, said hackers appear to have found a flaw allowing them to access players' machines. It said it wasn't clear if the vulnerability was in the game itself or with specialized anti-cheating software. Yeah.
Well, there you go. I mean, this is, and I guess this is an example of, how esports is a thing that we should be paying attention to, and it's big kind of money spinner for people who are involved, and it's taken incredibly seriously.
Yeah, it's taken very seriously.
And also, don't cheat. Don't be that person. Don't.
Yeah. I mean, I do. It's a weird. I thought I was reading this yesterday, going, oh, like. I mean, I think we've talked. I was trying to work out whether we talked about Apex Legends, like Legend leagues before, but I can't.
Yeah.
I think like this is like another. There's like a wild one as well. I think you can do also. But yeah, I mean, what's the example? Like, just don't use cheat codes when you're trying to play in an esports thing, or I also do think, I was kind of reading it going, I think there's going to be more of a thing because there's more and more of these kind of esports things are online, and actually, like, they do open themselves up to like being online, having external access. So I wonder how, like, in the future, whether like security measures and that kind of thing will have to be tightened. So who knows? But that's the end of gaming news.
So it's Easter soon.
Yeah.
And you know what?
Easter means spring.
Chocolate.
I mean, it does mean chocolate. I'm excited.
Yeah, totally.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm about to get more excited for chocolate. Chocolate, woohoo!
It also means that...
It's not really the real reason for Easter. Like, well, let's just claim that. Christians.
But this particular year, it also means that the clocks are changing.
I know. The clocks change on Easter Sunday this year, don't they?
Yeah.
So if you didn't know that, the clocks go forward on Easter Sunday. There you go. A little bit of information.
Yeah, which means you're probably either going to be late or early, or I don't know how this works. I keep getting confused. Forward. I'm really not very good when the clocks change.
They spring forward, which means that things like 6 o'clock becomes 7 o'clock, 7 o'clock becomes 8 o'clock, 8 o'clock becomes 9 o'clock, 9 o'clock becomes 10 o'clock.
So 8 o'clock becomes
9 o'clock. So we can get up earlier, basically.
So
it means that you're more tired.
So and after a bank holiday weekend, we're all going to be late to work. Anyway, no, I didn't say that.
I'm not working on Tuesdays. It's fine.
Actually, nor am I.
There you
go. So Wednesday's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess that's my point. With the clocks changing, it means that we're obviously not great at this whole sleep pattern thing anyway, and it's probably going to get worse.
Yeah.
So
we talk about sleep a surprising amount, Andy, but nobody lets us podcast it. So we're now going to talk about it from a gaming point of view, which will now let us podcast
I don't think anyone wants me to podcast me being asleep. Now, so that's what this is an excuse to talk about: gaming and sleep.
Yeah.
Right. And quick disclaimer.
Yep.
I know. We know.
We do know.
The whole screen.
Yeah.
Blue light.
Yeah.
Sleep.
Yeah. All of it.
We know. We get it.
There's a lot of science around it. You can look it up.
Yeah.
Google it.
Yeah. Okay. But let's put that to one side. Let's ignore the science.
Okay.
For once. And maybe let's talk about how, actually, if you're going to game just before you go to sleep, and let's face it, that's just on a quick tangent, on another tangent. How many people just doom scroll until they go to sleep anyway? But
no, I'm not guilty of that.
Yeah, indeed. So let's just presume we're playing a video game before we go to bed.
Yeah.
Before we go to sleep. 4 ways that can be part of a healthy bedtime routine. That's right. I did suggest that gaming can be part of a healthy bedtime routine.
What?
4 reasons. 1, relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Stress release. Stress release? Or stress relief.
Relief, yeah.
One could argue it's 2 of the same thing.
Yeah.
Games like Stardew Valley.
Yeah, chilled out games.
Animal Crossing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were going to talk about those games at some point.
We fit them into every podcast.
We're going to throw them out at the beginning of this.
Yeah.
But also games like Journey, which is very much kind of very peaceful, very much kind of wrapped up in the sound of your surroundings.
Yeah.
2, routine.
Yeah.
Actually, we've been told that if you have similar steps that you go through before you go to bed, that's your way of telling your body it's time to go to bed.
Yeah.
And it's time to go to sleep. So as part of that, why not? Has to be the right game though.
Yeah.
Something not overly stimulating.
Yeah.
Something like Abzu, where you're kind of exploring kind of the sea.
Yeah.
Or at least most of it. Or Flower, where you are actually just controlling the wind. And I was going to include this for the next one, but I'm going to throw it in now. Red Dead Redemption 2.
Horse riding.
Exactly, and that's my point. Sometimes it's about playing the games in the right way.
Yeah.
So I'm not suggesting to play Red Dead and purposely go and rob someone or get yourself in a fight or pursue the story objectives or anything like that. Go horse riding.
Yeah.
Just go for a walk.
Yeah.
Enjoy quote unquote nature. Enjoy the scenery.
Lovely.
It is a slow game and just do that.
Nice.
Mental distraction.
Yeah.
Point number 3. I wish I had enough time to prep for this.
I can do this one because this is what I do.
Go on.
So I play a game on my phone before I go to sleep, which is like basically just matching colours. So it's not like it's not Bejeweled, it's a different game where you have little hexagon things and you try and match them up and stuff like that. And it helps my brain switch from like being like overly stimulated because it's literally just matching colours. So it's not like you don't necessarily have to think about anything else. You can literally go, okay, that one's purple, I'm gonna match them together. Like it's very simple. But it just gives me enough to like switch my brain from one thing to another.
Exactly.
And it means that suddenly I start to feel sleepy and I feel tired and actually want to go to sleep. Whereas so it will just completely like switch my brain off. And I've done that with various games over the years, but it's usually like one of these like simple games where you're just like matching colours or like trying like doing Bejeweled or Candy Crush or something like that. But like just take your mind off things. So yeah, I've definitely done that before. So
and last point number 4. Some games are just about relaxing.
Yeah.
And that's the point of it. So you've got a game called The Longing, where it is played in real time. So you start the game and the game doesn't finish for I think it's 100 days.
Yeah.
And it carries on in real time after you've started playing. So technically, you could start the game and come back in 100 days' time and miss all of it.
Wow.
So there's like some things where you might see like a drop with a drip coming down, and you come back in, I don't know, 10 days' time, and the drop will now be like a large puddle.
Yeah.
Or a lake or things like that.
Interesting. That's really cool.
You cannot do things quickly in this game.
Wow.
It's both... It's really weird.
Yeah.
In its own unique way.
Yeah.
I'm a bit of a fan, but at the same time, it's like kind of click to walk somewhere. And it's like, you don't walk there quickly.
You walk at glacial pace.
yeah, it's all very, very much underground, and my days you feel it.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you are very much spending 100 days underground waiting for, I think, the king to wake up.
Wow.
I've not hit 100 days yet, so.
That is a very slow paced game.
You've also got games like Plane.
Yeah.
That encourage an exercise of meditation and and the area around you, the environment kind of keeps growing the more you take part. And yeah, explore those sorts of games if needed. But yeah, that's 4 ways that gaming is actually healthy for sleep.
Andy, what's your game this week?
Okay, so I may have made a few mistakes over the last weekend.
Yep.
There is the Steam sale on.
Oh, okay. Have you been spending money again?
Xbox also has its spring sale on.
Nice.
Mistakes were made. Things were picked up. They picked up Lumote, which is this very calm game where you can explore different areas and get frustrated when you can't work it out. I've brought Bendy and the Ink Machine, which I've seen played on stream.
Okay.
And it looks amazing. It looks a bit creepy.
Yeah.
But no kind of, not in a kind of nasty kind of way. Actually brought a copy of Jedi Fallen Order.
Nice.
Because just in case Game Pass ever goes away. Brought Life is Strange.
Okay. I think I've heard that one.
You have heard of Life is Strange.
Have you talked about that before?
Possibly.
Okay.
But yeah, there's like a collection on offer, and I was like, well, I could either get this one or I could get this one for a bit more and get like pretty much all of it.
Yeah.
And a Balin Wonderworld, which I'll probably talk about at some point. I'll probably talk about all of it at some point. But one game I have been particularly playing a little bit this week, aside from Spider-Man Remastered,
of course,
is called Brotato.
Brotato. Are you a bro potato?
It's mad.
Okay.
Basically, it's a top-down shooter where you play as a potato.
Oh, okay.
Holding 6 weapons.
I mean, I figured there was something to do with potatoes in there somewhere.
You are the potato.
Okay.
You have 6 weapons, you're holding them at the same time, and you have waves and waves of kind of aliens kind of coming at you.
Okay.
You die eventually.
Okay.
You get to keep some stuff, and you get to unlock other things. And yeah. As I said, it's mad, but it's really good fun.
Yeah.
That's all I really have to say about it. If you see it, chances are it's probably going to be fairly cheap on your platform of choice.
Yep.
It is available on quite a few platforms. If it's on Game Pass, go find it.
Does sound a bit like What the Box. Have you ever played What the Box?
No.
So you're a cardboard box and you walk around a box cutter and you try and cut the other cardboard boxes up. And you can pretend to be still. I won't talk about it again. Some other point. But you should play it. It's fun. You play, I mean, it's one of those online games you play with lots of other people, but you basically are a cardboard box and you have a box cutter and your idea is to go and kill all the other cardboard boxes.
I think I'm here for it.
Yeah. I mean, we love those crazy games. We've talked about it before.
If you see Brotato, give it a go.
Nice. Okay. Well, that is all we've got time for on this podcast. We hope that you enjoyed it. Please do find us on all of our social medias at YMCA Exeter and at YMCA Exeter Games. And we will see you next week.
Take care.